Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again, and make sure you get over to jerichogreen.net at the conclusion of this video presentation. Now, I wanted to talk about this yesterday, but I had to do some homeowner shit. Had to take a run to the dump, and then I got home in the afternoon. I was going to do the video then, but then my daughter wanted to ride her new bike that Santa bought her for Christmas down to the park. So what's a dad to do, huh? So now I got time. I got time today. Whatever happened to that kid? Anyway, so another mask monster strikes again. A member of the mask mafia couldn't handle it. So this lady, she's on an airplane and she's bitching out this old man for not wearing her mask whilst she stands there not wearing her fucking mask. So she's giving this old man a bunch of shit. He calls her a bitch because she was acting like a bitch. And then she slaps this old man in the face. And I mean, he's probably like 80. Slaps him in the face. He says, "Oh, you're going to jail. When we land, your ass is going to jail." If I can find the video, I'll put it in the link I'll put the link in the description box. And I'm not sure whether he calls her a bitch again, right? Whatever. He could have called her the C word for all I care, because she was being a real C-U-N-T. And he says, "When we land, you're going to jail." Then she spits in the man's face. Kids, let's talk about this. Now, we all know, especially as young men, as little boys, you learn, don't hit girls, okay? You're stronger than them. You're gonna hurt them. Don't hit girls. See here, don't hit girls, don't hit girls. Don't hit girls. Ladies first. Don't hit girls. Ladies first. All that shit. But if you spit on somebody, you can take that list of things that boys aren't supposed to do to girls, crumble it up, and throw it in the nearest receptacle, because those rules don't mean shit anymore. To spit on someone is disgusting. And it's assault. In some places, it's aggravated assault. That is absolutely disgusting, and it's insulting. That's one of the worst things you can do to another human being, is to spit on them. So if a woman decides to spit on a man, guess what? All the rules are out the window. I got a pocket full of ass whooping, and I gotta give it to somebody. That shit is sick. So if that old man would have stood up and rendered her unconscious, good for him, but he did not. So far, because he doesn't have a mask on, she doesn't either. She slaps this old man, spits in his face, and then scratches his face. Now, I don't know, there must not have been a sky marshal on that plane, but somebody should have tackled that woman. That is disgusting, and he's an old man. Elderly abuse, anybody? I thought we treated our elderly and our children and our animals a certain way in this country. What the fuck is wrong with that lady? I wish that old man would have stood up and punched her directly in the center of her face until plasma came out. That shit is sick. You don't do that shit. But just last week, I'm telling my son, not that he hit a girl, but we somehow got on the discussion. I said, "Son, you don't hit girls, okay? You don't do that. You go tell somebody, you leave a situation, but you don't hit girls." What I should have told him was, unless they spit in your face, then you knock the shit out of them. Then they're just like another little boy who would have done that to you. Because if a little boy spits in your face, you better whoop his ass. But what? I don't know if the lady was drunk. I don't give a damn if she was. What makes somebody think that's okay? Did she think because he's an old man, he couldn't do anything? Maybe that's what it was. You know how you ever been around somebody who's drunk and they just focus in on somebody for some reason? But fortunately, in some cases, it's the wrong person to focus in on, and then end up getting their drunk ass whooped. That happened to me one time. I had a party at my house, and there was one dude, I don't know if I told this story before, but there's one dude in our group of friends, and he couldn't handle his liquor. He was always the one making the phone calls the next day talking about, oh, I said that, I did that, I'm sorry, man. Did I? Or the one we'd always say, man, do you know what you did last night? So, of course, I didn't want him at my house. I didn't want to deal with that bullshit. I had read this story many times. I knew how it was going to end. Somehow, he convinced me, man, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't disrespect you. I wouldn't disrespect your house, man. Can I come through? Okay, you can come through. What happened? Exactly what we all know was going to happen. He got drunk, couldn't handle his liquor, got mouthy, started knocking shit over. I said, you got to go. You got to go, man. So then he gives me that drunk, 1,000-yard, the lights are on, but nobody's home stare. So I knew something was about to happen. So I told two of my other buddies, you better get this fool up out of here because I'm sober. I'm hosting the party. I'm making sure everything's going as it should, making sure everybody's having a good time. I was stone cold sober. He was drunk as shit. I said, get him up out of here. So they try to get him out of here. They're taking him out the door, and he reaches in between them and grabs my shirt. People, I don't like being touched. I've been like that since I was a kid. I don't know why. You know, them hard slaps on them. Hey, man, but I don't like that shit. Don't touch me. Shake my hand. Leave it at that. So when he grabbed my shirt, I went from 0 to I'm about to hurt you real fast. So I grab him. I take him outside. Keep in mind, I am sober. I know he's drunk, so I'm not going to beat saliva down the front of his shirt, but I introduced him to everything outside. I slammed him up against the house. I slammed him on the ground. I slammed him up against his car. I didn't punch him, but I slammed the absolute shit out of him, and it felt good. But no matter whether this woman was drunk or not, you do not put your hands on somebody, and you damn sure don't spit on them. So I'm going to look up, see if I can find this dumbass lady's name, see what happened to her. She was arrested when she landed, but I want to see what kind of punishment she's going to get. Because not only is that sick and disgusting, you don't do that to people, you damn sure don't do it to some old person. And if somebody would have sucker punched her ass, oh well. But these masked monsters, one of these days, actually, you know what? I remember a video, I think it was from maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. Remember some dude was like eating a burrito or some shit outside, and this woman, some young 20-something, came up to her and like, she threw a drink in his face or slapped him or some shit, and her boyfriend got his ass whooped. I want to see more videos of these people running up on the wrong people, talking about some mass shit, wanting to put their hands on people. I've never seen anything like this before. What is going on in our society? To where you think you're all high and mighty because you got that shit on your face and somebody else doesn't. Just because they're not wearing a mask, they could agree just like you. You just happen to catch them when they weren't wearing it. And I believe the old man on the plane was eating. That's why he didn't have it on. Even the mayor of San Francisco said, I'm not going to put that mask on and off while I'm eating. Yes, she said that. So what did you expect this old man to do? That woman deserves extra punishment because it was an elderly person. Don't they got this hate crime shit? If it's a hate crime, you get more time. Well, if it's elderly abuse, your ass should get more time. Oh, stupid piece of shit. That woman's disgusting. She needs to be inside of a cell wearing a jumpsuit. People, we are in trouble. Something really bad's going to happen to one of these people when they run up on the wrong person. You don't know what somebody's dealing with. You don't know what state of mind they're in. And like my dad used to tell me, son, when you run across somebody who doesn't care, they are dangerous. Disgusting. If you know something about the case that I didn't mention, let me know in the comment section. But I'm about to drive down this road, people. I got somewhere to be, but you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.